Welcome to the GSOP SitnGo tournament here at the Prague Poker Festival. We have 6 players on our feature table. Seat 1, David Lawrence. Seat 2, Chris Kiefert. Seat 3, Paul O'Neill. Seat 4, Tobias Strasvelt. Seat 5, Nick Kiefert. Seat 6, Robert van Hoogerdoorn. Now let's cross over to our commentators Scott O'Reilly and Pierre Lind for all of the action.
So on the right we have the amount of BBs, so they're starting quite deep with 100 BBs, but it's going to change quite quickly.
Yeah. David here, who nicks tax dodger at Betsafe when he plays the SitnGos.
He's a Brit, right?
Yep. Correct.
Does he still live in England, or?
Yeah, he still lives in England. We have actually 3 Brits on the table, but 2 of them, the Dufus brothers, the Kiefert brothers, they have moved to Malta.
Okay.
A few months ago.
I don't blame them. And I'm sure it's a lot nicer there in the weather, etc., compared to British weather.
Exactly.
And then we have a Swiss.
Exactly. Tobias Strasvelt, he's from Switzerland. Lives there with his friend Christoph, who is also participating as a Betsafe player. Unfortunately, no luck for neither of them in the main event, but I guess this would actually be regarded between these players to be more prestigious than the main event.
There's a lot of bragging rights going to go down on this.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's going to be a lot of chatting about this at the tables the coming weeks. You see here Paul to the right. He doesn't really have a clue what's going on at the moment. But he's going to make a race, it seems like.
He is 3-betting the Jack-8 suited. There's an interesting hand 3-bet. I mean, I guess he probably knows Robert quite well. Reckons he can push him off a hand if he knows that Robert's opening a lot lighter than most people. I mean, as it happens, he's got him crushed with the Jack-8 suited, but
yeah. Robert is a bit of a wild card in this tournament because he's not as big of a grinder as the other guys when it comes to SitnGos.
Oh, okay. So, does he play other formats though? Is he a cash player or a multi-table tournament player?
He plays mostly SitnGos and cash as well. But I will see. He's a bit more experienced, I would say, than the other ones. When it comes to live play, he goes to a bit more tournaments.
Okay.
Than the others.
400.
And we got a C-bet here from Paul. I mean, he's flopped the kind of flop he wants to see when you 3-bet Jack-8 suited. Flopping a flush draw is, you know, it's very good at this point. I mean, Robert's there. He's got a gut shot as well. Oh,
there we go.
There's the disaster card. Sorry, Robert.
Oh my God! Yeah, we're gonna see some fireworks here from.
I can quite see this going in right now. Unless one of them wants to slow play, I think it might go in on the turn.
Look at Paul, how happy he is at the moment, trying to hide it.
He is trying to hide that smile.
What a poker face! What a guy!
I'm sure Robert's trying to hide a smile as well, but little does he know that. There's the card of death for him.
$12.50.
So Paul's bet $12.50 here. I mean, it's quite a big bet. $17.50 in the middle. He doesn't want Robert's out there with a higher diamond drawing out on him. And Robert goes all in.
Yeah, there we go.
Snap called.
There we go.
That's how 0% equity feels, Robert, I'm afraid.
Oh shit.
And yeah, there we go.
Oh, I thought it had 20 minutes.
And the funny thing is that that Paul has been running way over EV the past year as well, which the other players obviously recognize as well. So I think they are just getting used to Paul winning this kind of hands.
I think they're trying to give him a little needle there for the 3-betting of the Jack 8 suited, all having a little smile.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all commentating before this started that the only thing they're interested in is to see what kind of hands Paul play, because they have never seen him see what hands he plays. And yeah, there we go, 6-8.
So they'll be able to watch this back like in half an hour's time if they're bust out. But you know, they're going to gain some information that might be more valuable in the long term if they are playing together again on game.
Yeah, definitely.
Robert's very, very short now. He has one big blind.
Yeah. Come on, don't be like that.
He's actually ahead with the Queen Deuce suited.
Yep.
Not for long though. I think it'll just a little bet from Nick maybe.
Go back.
Yeah.
It's not a good one.
Nick might as well isolate Robert at this point. He's found top pair. It's early
exactly.
doors. There's no point in checking down.
Yeah, we have our first player out.
Yep. I recognise Robert. I've seen him around.
Yeah, and he is actually multi-tabling at the moment because he is still in the side event.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
so he's supposed to be running between.
Yeah.
Well, it was a short one for me. I was the first one out, and I knew it was going to be like a hyper turbo structure. So then I had a straight. And I knew there was a fly style there. I just went for it. If I doubled there, I could have a shot to win it, and if not, so be it. And I'm kind of a regular here at the GSOP events.
So you like the GSOP festivals?
Yeah, I love it. Every time it feels like a bit of coming home to me because I know all the players, all the regulars who come here often. So.
Are you looking forward to Vienna?
Yeah, Vienna, Marbella. I'm definitely gonna be attending that.
Well, that side event, expect him back soon.
Four or something. Four, no, it wasn't four or something. What are the blinds?
Okay, we've got a raise from the button from seat 4 and seat 2. Is it Nick? It was peeled. No, seat 1. Sorry. Just checked.
The next hand will go 100.
So we've got a C-bet from the button, and seat 1 is David. He's check raised the flop. There's your 9-4 deuce, and the button is called. Turns the 8 of diamonds, brings 2 diamonds on board. We're going to see a bet from
David.
David in seat 1, yeah.
Tobias folds.
And David will take that pot.
Yep. We actually did a similar SitnGo in GSOP Salzburg about 7 months ago, where we had 4 SitnGo grinders plus Robert Eriksson, who is a cash game pro, and Robert actually managed to take that one down, the cash game player.
Well, the cash game players will insist they're better than anyone else at any format. They reckon it's the toughest kind, so that's why they sit in the cash games. The most money is to be made in cash games.
For sure.
But always nice to see people crossing between their genres. Like,
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, these players, they play thousands and thousands of exactly this format SitnGos every month or every week even. And I mean, they should be able to play more or less perfect poker.
Yeah, I mean, as a
situations.
SitnGo professional, you should be playing around 100 SitnGos a day, I think, these days, which is phenomenal. Like you're just clicking buttons; it becomes almost second nature.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, slightly different today. All sat with each other rather than sat behind a computer screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it changes the dynamic in total, because the game is also much slower and there's stuff going on around you as well.
You can take into account so many more different things when actually sat opposite a guy. I guess between them they must have a reasonable amount of live experience. So
yeah, it's. I mean, they played some. It's neither of them have played too much though. I mean, Chris Gifford has, I think, definitely the most experience of them. He's been playing about, I would say, about 15 major tournaments the last 2 years, and he has managed to get 3 final tables.
So if you're just joining us tonight, we are live from Prague for the GSOP SitnGo. It's Betsafe players, some of the regulars from the on-game network, all playing a SitnGo together. Some of the professionals on the site, really, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. This is an extremely prestigious SitnGo between these players. They play against each other every hour of every minute, almost. During the weekdays.
It's nice to see them all sat together rather than sat home in random attire and doing other things. Like, they can really concentrate here today.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if they will be, but
we have a big night ahead of us. All the best players tonight, so I guess they will take it a bit easy. I know some of them are drinking beer already, getting ready for later.
I've seen a couple of people drinking away at the pints, but as we said earlier, I think it's very much bragging rights going to be on this one, so I think everyone is going to be out there trying.
Yeah, 100%. Like we said, it's going to be a lot of chatting about this during the online tables later next week.
So Nick's opened here. It's gone up to 5,100. Nick's opened the 10-5 off. These boys are here to play, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. It's no nits here.
Yeah, 10 hours a night here.
And we have Paul, the run good of the year at the SitnGo tables. He's the chip leader as well at the moment. He's continuing his streak.
Yeah, Paul's chip leader with basically a double up. He's got just around the 10,000 marker. Nick here's got about 6,200, and everyone else is pretty much at the starting stack. So
yeah.
Paul is the early force to be reckoned with. Chris got King 9 on the button here. I think he's going to open. Chris down to just under 4k. Paul folds his King Deuce. And Tobias picked up the Ace 9 suited here. Absolutely crushing Chris. Quite fancy we might see a free bet.
725.
Yeah.
I think this is the point that Chris is going to get out of here. I don't think he needs to call. I mean, he does have position, but
yeah. And Chris, who recently got a haircut a few days ago, lays it down. Look at him, beautiful.
very stylish. Yeah, do like it. Our graphics still coming up with Robert in, but I'm afraid he's no longer with us. 52.
Sorry? My iPad maybe. No, did you leave it? Yeah. Oh. But I got a table move.
Your iPad is on the chair.
So it's a standard opening of 225, just over twice the big blind. David's opened the 5-7 suited from under the gun.
Because I'm bored. Let's stay here.
You're going to see Tobias 3-bet here with the ace-8 off. He knows that David's probably opening a wide range of cards and just fancies either taking it down pre or putting on the pressure. And David lays down the 5-7. And Paul lays down the Queen 10-2. So nice little pot for Tobias.
Yep, there we go.
I think I'm rooting for a Brit today. I'm a Brit myself, so.
I guess I will take the Swiss then, since since people always think that Swiss people are Swedish.
Well, we often get confused as Australians, so.
Fair enough.
David's in the big blind with King Jack. You can see him defending here. We have Paul opening the 5-6 suited. Another good little quirky hand.
I'm actually gonna change my mind. I'm rooting for Paul. This is from Canada, which is the Sweden of America.
The Sweden of America, what a great term.
And he's also a nice guy. Sometimes.
You're always good to play.
I'm sure he'll be glad to hear that.
When he's sleeping.
Well, Paul's actually picked up the best hand on the flop, and it's a great bet, a great flop to continuation bet. Like, it's very hard for David to continue in this hand with not even a backdoor flush draw. It's just no flop.
Next hand, the blind looks 100 200.
That's us. Blinds are 100 and.
Yep. So we're now up to 100, 200. So it's going to get serious business very, very soon.
Yeah, it's a super quick structure. This one is a super turbo.
It is a super turbo indeed. I'm sure that's what the players like at this stage as well. They don't want to be sat here for hours and hours giving away their secrets to each other.
Exactly. I'm sure they will all take a very close look at this tape afterwards.
I'm sure they will. Good amount of information to be learned here if this is how they play. I'm sure a few of these are going to be changing their game completely today just to hide it. They don't want to be showing what they do on a normal day.
Yeah, I would think so as well. I would think so as well.
We've seen a lot of raising from under the gun with 5-7 suited, and it's.
And Chris might have the best poker face of the GSOP. And the second brother feud here between the keepers. They're actually their nicks on game are actually the big brother Chris. His nick is Dufus, and Nick has the nick Mini Dufus. So big brother and small brother.
Well, yeah, they're certainly fighting today. I'm sure their parents wouldn't be proud.
We have another brother pair still in the main event, by the way. It's the Salter brothers with Jack Salter and Louis Salter. who also goes by
both still in the main event?
Yeah, both
Wow.
are still in, and they are running pretty good. They are both over average. The last I checked, with about 200k, both of them. Also Betsafe players.
So what are Betsafe doing to produce all these brother combos? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we are like a small family almost.
He's just going to fold from the small blind with 5-9 off. He doesn't want to make the move, and he's lucky because Tobias not going anywhere with the ace-6. So yeah, with blinds now 100, 200, everyone getting shorter and shorter. There's going to be a lot more moves in the go.
Paul with the inside straight draw here, he's not gonna lay this down for sure, if I know him right. Yeah, he actually managed to fold it.
I think our graphics just a little bit behind actually. It's it's actually seats 4 and seats 5. Reaching for chips. He's happy on the board.
Tobias takes down the pot.
Yeah, they aces up with the ace-9.
Yeah.
I don't think we got a sword.
Yeah. I think Nick Kiefert managed to call that in the end, where it was possibly they checked it down.
I think Nick actually bet and called and lost his pair, so I don't know why he was betting.
You want to push for 80 20, but 1 6 7.
There we go, straight out there with the Jack 7 offsuit from under the gun again. Often referred to as the Scandinavian button. Everyone in this seems to be using it, so.
Is it 153 after this? No, is it though? They decide?
2-4.
Really?
They are reacting to a structure which they don't really recognize.
Yeah, someone needs to go and tell them that it is a super turbo. There's a couple of levels that I'm sure they're expecting, not quite there, but
exactly, they are in for some surprises.
But that's good for the good players. They should be able to adjust to this and move up, step up gears. I think especially Paul at this moment, who's sat quite pretty in chips. I think it will benefit him the most. Generally tends to be that people with bigger chips can bully around a bit more. What we've seen so far, I don't think he's afraid of doing anything this side.
No, I would say neither of them are, to be honest.
Expect to prepare a 9 here. He's obviously going to raise those. Oh, nick on the button as well. Always a suspicious place to raise. People don't ever respect it quite so much. So I feel that David might be putting in a little free bet here. He's found a big old ace jack.
I've never seen neither of these three this clean shaved. It might be because our we have our two hostesses here doing the event. Even Paul is clean shaved. Although Tobias hasn't shaved today, we noticed earlier.
Oh, David just moves it all in for around 3,500.
And Chris has won aces. Oh my god.
I think he just looks bored to me.
Look at
the question is now, will Nick be able
Oh yeah. Do that.
I think I've got you covered. 3-2.
wonder if there's any brotherly intuition going on. Will he know?
Yeah, and Chris has been mentoring Nick for the past 5 months since Nick moved to Malta in about half a year ago. He turned pro, and Chris has been mentoring him and trying to get up his game. So we'll see if that can help him.
Yeah, manages to fold the nines. Good fold.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Everybody sighs. Yeah.
The next hand of blinds with 200 400.
Jack. Oh, nice.
Nine.
He's picked out some outs. Oh. He's probably going to see David leave us. I think he was covered.
I think you will have some chips there.
Oh yeah, Chris was a little bit short, wasn't
Blinds are 2 and 4, please.
That's just less than 2,000, so he's below 10 big blinds. I think we'll be seeing him shove really soon. If he finds a clean spot to put it in, don't think it's going to take much. Oh, we're now up to 200, 400, so his big blinds has just dropped to below 5, so he's in desperate need of getting some double ups.
More serious about this.
Big picture? Yeah, that's good. Oh, give me a matching one. How much is it actually? 2,000?
22.50.
Time back time.
So David's put it straight in, 9-10 off, good looking hand, and you got 4.5 bigs.
blinds.
David with a
Five
five.
blinds.
Look at that. Oh, yes.
It's a great camera shot there. Let's help David out a bit. This time he's going to be under the gun. David finds the fold with 9-7 off. Don't think Chris is going to fold these fives though. It's actually Chris on the button. So. He's most worried about Paul, because Paul's got him covered. Quite a tough spot for fives really, because once you raise you don't really need to be calling too many all-ins. Going to ace 10 off suit. We're going to see it all go in.
You have the cover? I have 6, 7,
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Throw it in.
Just flip it.
Relax.
The classic race.
Go ahead and turn them up, please.
Ace King versus Queen is quite
I'm flipping against you.
still a race nonetheless.
Oh.
Less of a race.
Still I have the 4. No, not anymore.
Thanks very much for turning up, Tobias. Smile on everyone's face. I think they're happy to see Tobias go. He must be a tough opponent online.
Okay, I guess that's the blind, huh?
And Chris moves up as the new chip leader in the tournament.
Chris is, yeah.
And as we said, we must regard Chris as the favorite in this tournament. Before he is regarded online as the toughest opponent, and also he has some really good caches live as well for the few tournaments that he has actually played. He said before he's played about 15 major tournaments the last about 2 years. He is in his final table, I think 4 of them or something like that. Yeah, he has had 4 caches and he has final tabled all of them.
Certainly knows what he's doing then.
For sure. He's not a man who is looking to min cash, that's for sure.
He's in an awkward spot because he's got Paul on his left, who's also got quite a few chips, but I'm sure he's happy with his stack at the moment. He has about 45% of the chips in, which is a healthy situation to be in.
Situation here. And Toby finishes off to the bar with you.
Allowed to do this?
Not this hand because I have a dead button.
Oh.
This hand.
So now we're down to 4 players.
Small blind.
Yeah.
We still have all 3 Brits, correct?
Yeah, look at that.
These Brits know what they're up to.
Yep.
So we've got David in big blind, and he's quite short, so quite expect to see him playing this hand if he's got anything half decent.
What is it?
Paul's opened here, the Queen 9 off, and he's had to call David's all in because David's so short.
28.
He's priced in.
28. 50.
Go ahead and turn them up, please.
David's decent sized favourite here, but it's his tournament life all
Alive.
Paul's, so. He's got 2 live cards. Instantly gets one on the flop. Just an ace or a king.
Yeah, there we go. Again, as we said, Paul as the run good of the year of these players knocks out another one.
So in quick succession, we lose another one and down to 3-handed.
Yep, but he grabs his beer, and I'm sure there will be many more to come.
Yeah, I've had great fun so far, and a couple of the other events I've been to so far this year as well.
So you've been to more than GSOP this year?
Yeah, the one in Malta and the one in Austria as well.
Are you planning to come to Vienna?
Possibly skipping that one, but going to the finale of the season in Marbella.
So Nick wanted to move a bit closer to his brother, so he skipped seats over from 5 to 4, which might be a bit of a technical nightmare any minute now, but it's the friendly thing to do to watch them sat next to each other.
So we have Paul squeezed in here between the brother keepers.
Perhaps that's part of Nick's strategy.
It might be intimidation.
That's the most fun. Give me an ace.
So Nick's moved in from the button for just over 10 big blinds, so I can't see Paul calling.
I wasn't trying to slow him.
So we're actually gonna be blind on Nick's cards now, I guess. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Big brother Doofus making plans.
After teaching.
Flirting a little bit with the hostess, looking a bit surprised.
How is that possible?
He's got a smile on his face. He's happy. He's the chip leader in this tournament as well, so.
Yeah, life is good.
Looks like Nick might just get a walk, but Paul might get fruity with the deuce 4. Nope.
Lucky.
Lays it down.
So yeah, Nick's trading a little bit at this point, but he's certainly not out of it. Just one double up and he can be chip leader.
Lines up on the next hand, 400, 800.
And the SitnGo players again used to their live structure.
Always on me, too. You gonna make that ready?
Paul had a good think about the Queen 9, but chose not to. And Nick's going to give his brother a walk.
You said 3 and 6 now, right?
That's right.
You said 3 6.
I said 4 8.
4 8. Okay. 4-8 is fine. I tried, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
But then she just
No.
big blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let you know. I'm gonna pull a Chris and call late. Oh, you don't get a chance.
So yeah, if you just joined us, we're live from Prague at the moment. We're in a Betsafe SitnGo, three-handed, 2 brothers at the table, and then Paul stuck in the middle of them. Nick's just pushed all in from the button. He's probably sat around just under 10 big blinds, so could be a wide range. And Chris, his brother,
Goes into the tank.
he's picked up a handy hand, ace-4 suited. I mean, compared to what Nick is, the range that he's shoving, ace-4 suited is actually a pretty decent hand. But he knows he's got a player behind him, so...
So much stuff going on in that head at the moment.
Don't collude, because he's your brother.
He's wondering what he taught him, trying to remember.
Calling what I mean. 48, right?
Could you just shake your cards for me, please? They can't see your cards. Can you just give them a shake? That work? It didn't work. Can you just tell us what you have?
He might have, I probably would have fallen for it.
49 and
Would it have been bad?
So yeah, the reason we can't see Nick's card is because he moved into the wrong seat. But
Which is actually a quite smart move by Nick, because he doesn't want to give away any secrets, because he knows that all these players will study this tape very, very carefully afterwards. So good on you, Nick. Good on you. That's meta game for sure.
I'm not even joking, I'm gonna need 30 seconds.
wow, so Chris made the call, which means Paul's just going to fold.
So we got a brother feud all in.
So what does Nick have?
Looks like ace-6. Ace-8.
Oh!
And he
Four
finds
on the river.
he finds the 4.
So he officially busted out his brain.
I just really like the atmosphere. Everyone's really friendly. Everyone has the same passion. Everyone likes to play poker. So, you know, you get the sense of you've got something in common to talk with other players. So it's really good.
So
I
I was
big
just
chip lead now,
big blind
it's 2 to 1.
small blind goes on the button. Big blind.
So I'm big blind again. Seems weird. Is that weird? That's almost the exact same hand that I had against Dodgers. I think that's the exact same hand I had against Dodgers. It's the same thing, just he was on the he was button. I actually don't know how much it is. 7, 8, 5.
So Paul's got about 11k, so he's got about 14 big blinds, 13 and a half big blinds. So he's not in desperate trouble to just be needing to shove all in, but I think at this stage there's going to be a lot of all ins until one of them doubles up. Or so.
Exactly, we have about what do we have? About 25 big blinds in play.
No, it's more like 35. It's 400, 800, and it's 12k takes on 18k.
Alright.
But these boys have already worked out that this is going to be a fast tournament, so.
I'm gonna go shut down. beautiful that ceremony.
Big smile on Chris's face. Nice to see. He's
Million-
happy to be there.
$1 million smile on Chris's face.
If only that's what they were playing for today.
Yeah, something like that.
Chris is going to raise on the button. He's found an ace. He just folds the 6-8 off. He doesn't want to go anywhere with that hand. Chris gradually chipping up. Ball's pretty close to that 10 big blind marker. I see him just pushing in from the button. Paul's just put it in from the button with 4-6 suited.
Call from Chris.
Snap call from Chris to the ace-5 suited. Could be all over right here.
Let's see.
Picked up
Paul
a few
is
extra
very
outs. No good. And we have a winner.
Chris Kiefert, the rich get richer. And as we predicted from the start, the Chris Kiefert, who is regarded as the best SitnGo grinder on the network, takes down another one.
He adjusted to the super turbo structure extremely well and just put his chips in there and got them to work. Along the way, busting out a couple of people, including his own brother.
I've been a lockbox all year, so this has been not too much different, except couldn't chip it heads up, but sick cooler on the first hand, and after that it was pretty standard spots.
Yeah, the GSOP is brilliant. The live events are really good, non-stop partying all the time, and the poker's really good structure as well. So,
have you been to many events in the past with GSOP?
I actually started last year. My first event was Prague last year, so it's quite a nice return for me to come back here. Unfortunately, I didn't quite have the luck in the main event, but side event went pretty well.
Thank you very much, Pierre. That was an excellent little tournament. It's good to see a good player winning, as always.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much to you as well.
Yeah, and that's coming live from Prague. Thank you very much.